A few days ago, we woke up to the news that Mr. Wale Edun has been sacked as Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy. And as usual, a lot of reasons were attributed to his sack. Some outlets said it's because he had an altercation with the president during a Federal Executive Council meeting. And some others are saying it's because he refused to release money to the Shaguris for, that is YTech, maybe for projects that they are currently running for Nigeria. But if you ask me, I'll tell you something clearly. And that is the reason why I actually delayed my response a bit. The simple reason why Wale Edun was fired is that he refused to play ball in the presidency. He refused to do things the backhanded way. That is why he was fired. For instance, there are some complaints that Mr. Wale Edun would scrutinize details of certain contracts and complain that those contracts were overinflated. For instance, contracts attributed to the Ministry of Power. And I think the same logic applied to the high-tech issue also. So basically, it's not so much about those companies, but he had a general approach of being very careful with this sort of transactions, because as a professional, Wale Edun will say, look, why is this over-bloated? Because think about it, this man is not one of those people that was picked up from the street or that needed help, or all these politicians that will typically be begging for appointments. Wale Edun is blue blood. He has an ancestor who was a notable scholar and administrator, an Egba ancestor who was a notable scholar and administrator. That is Adegboyega Edun. Wale Edun himself studied in the UK. He studied his bachelor's and his master's was obtained from the United Kingdom. Wale Edun is one of the founders of Stanbic IBTC Bank. He's also one of the founders of Chapel Hill Denham. If you don't know these companies, go and Google them. The man is accomplished. And he just turned 70 a few days ago, I think 20th of April. So this man is in a position in his life where he doesn't want to stay in his agbada, he doesn't want to stay in his whites, he doesn't want any trouble. And of course, you can see the way Nigeria has been run, different budgets running concurrently. It's so much confusion for the man, and the man does not want to stay in his legacy. And he has refused to play ball, and that is why they had to fire him. For instance, if you recall, there was a time they moved a lot of the critical functions to the Minister of State or Finance, that is Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite. And the man was left clueless as to what is happening in his ministry. Then the House of Reps summoned them and said, look, there's one certain money that we approve for you guys, over 1 trillion naira, 1.15 trillion naira, that is 1,150 billion naira. We approve this money. What has happened to it? Wale Edun simply told them, ask her. She's the one that is now managing the critical functions of the ministry. They asked the Minister of State, I think I've done a video on this before. They asked the Minister of State that what happened to this money. She said she couldn't give a coherent answer because herself, she's also a professional. These are two professionals. The minister, she's now a former Minister of State for Finance, by the way. I think they transferred her to budget and planning. She was just saying that there's some ministries that have made the threshold that they've made payments to. They said, which ministries have made this threshold? She could not say anything because these people, they are really not trained to lie. Dr. Doris she trained as a medical doctor. She has an MBBS. She's a CFA charter holder. If you don't know what a CFA charter holder is, go and find out. That is some serious work there. Former treasurer of Zenith Bank Group. These people don't want to mortgage their career. They don't want to be the next Dezani. And that is why the man has been treading carefully. And trust Tinubu, the sort of way Tinubu wants to work, Wale Edun cannot fit in. So he had to go. That is the simple or singular reason why Wale Edun has been sacked. And as you can see, they'll be trying to do some damage control because they know investigative journalists will dig deep and it's become more messy. So that's why you see Wale Edun handing over to Taiwo Edele, looking like it was a peaceful transition. The man is just trying to save his neck. And I want to say big congratulations to him that his name is not, I just hope he has not done a deep his hand into anything that will stain his name. But so far, I say big congratulations to him that he stood his ground and he didn't allow anyone use him to carry out any shenanigans. He operated like as a professional, and that is the right thing to do. So kudos to Mr. Wale Edun. I just hope Taiwo Edele will survive the shenanigans in this current presidency.